So let us now say chapter 121. Shir Lamalo says, Eina Elehor man Yovi Ezri mima denoi oisi shemayim v'oretz, alitein lamo itraglecha al yonim shomrecho, inei lo yonim v'liyishon shomi Yisrael. Adonai shomrecho, Adonai tzilocha al yad yeminecho, yom Hashem yishlo yakeko, v'yorei arba loilo, Adonai yishmocho mikol roi yishmor es nafshecho, Adonai yishmor tzeitzcho v'yecho me'ato v'yado ilam. Let's give some tzedakah. And indeed, we'll have the gula right now. Imagine the following situation. You're going to hire a construction company with hundreds, maybe even thousands of people putting up a palace. But you want it to be done within 24 hours, put up, used, and take it up, and take it apart. I think we would wonder what this is all about. Yet, when we look in the Chumash, Torah portion of this week, where the Torah tells us about the journey of the Jewish people in the desert. And the Pasuk says, how did they know when they're supposed to go, when they're supposed to stop, since they were always surrounded by the cloud? What was their GPS? So they had a godly protective service, the best GPS possible. And the GPS was the clouds that would tell them when to go, when to stop, and so on. There was also a whole system with trumpets. How many sounds meant getting ready, how many sounds meant staying, and so on and so forth. How many trumpets, tkiya, trua, the whole extensive system. But the Torah tells us that there were times, as it says, Al pi Hashem yiso yisu b'nei Yisrael, Al pi Hashem yachlu, on the mouth of the God, and according to the direction of God, they would travel, they would camp. Sometimes it was a little longer, and then it says, there were times that were just for 12 hours, and they traveled further. Yet it says that at every place they camped, and there were 42 of them, some of them, as we just see here, were just a few hours, a day or two, a few days. Some of them were 22 years in the same place. But in each station, wherever they camped, Moshe Rabbeinu made sure that the entire Mishkan was set up and taken apart when necessary. Now one wonders, for 12 hours, it took hundreds, if not more, of Levim to put it together, the Mishkan. It was a major job. And take it apart for a few hours. Here explains the previous Rebbe. This is an answer for those who ask questions. We're so assured that Moshiach is coming any second. But so why undertaking major projects in construction in terms of physical and spiritual, putting up buildings, all kinds of centers, yeshivas, schools, seminaries, Chabad houses, etc., etc.? Mashiach is coming anyway. What's the point of putting it up? So is that putting it up an indication of lack of chas v'sholem of faith that Mashiach is coming now? Says the Friedrich Rebbe, here we see from Moshe Rabbeinu that even when they knew they're going to camp only for a few hours, a Mishkan has to be built, which indicates the following. Whatever a person does at that moment, this has to be permanent, while knowing that this is just a certain time frame and a short time. Nevertheless, what we do has to be what you call the kvius, with permanency, investing yourself entirely in it. Otherwise, it won't be done properly. This we learn here from Moshe Rabbeinu, from the Mishkan, that wherever we go, we have to build a permanent edifice for Hashem. Do the mitzvahs, do the occupation, do the mivtzoim, your Chabad house, your shul, your koilel, your school, It has to be with a feeling that it is the most important thing at this moment. This way, we go to Mashiach. This way we build. And somebody said, which is the most important day of the entire year? And the answer is, not Yom Kippur, not Purim, not Mother's or Father's Day. It is today. Every day is the most important. That means being invested fully in what we do. So while invested in the emunah that Mashiach is coming now, we do what we're supposed to now.